Come on. I don't know what you fucking have to say. Reconnected, but yo, Shalom. I want to start by saying, call Allah, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi'S, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the Apostle of Israel, aka the Apostle Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, real quick. So I came across this article of the Business Insider, and I believe, yeah, this is today because of August 7th. And it reads, the article reads, so the military and defense Business Insider says the nuclear weapons era is making a comeback, and experts say we're not all paying attention. You hear that? It said the nuclear weapons era is making a comeback, and experts say we're not all paying attention. So that means there's a little bit of people paying attention, but basically, though, most people in the world, especially here in America, they're not paying attention to what's going on, and they don't really understand the magnitude of what's going on as far as it goes with Iran, Amalek, Russia, Ukraine, so on and so forth. America, Syria, Iraq. People really don't understand that. This literally is World War III. Okay, so it's not going to be a banner. It's to say, like, you know, so you can get the like saying, like, oh, to all the citizens know that World War III has started. No, World War III has started. Okay, now it hasn't gone to the final, you know, shebang, if you will. But basically, we're in the depths of World War III. Okay, because you got nations fighting, you got superpowers into it, proxies and all that, man. And these are all things that Yahawashai said was going to come before he came back. Okay, he said there's going to be wars and rumors of wars, Matthew the 24th chapter, the 6th verse. Okay, so this is nothing that there's nothing that's happening now that's not covered in the scriptures because it's all tied to biblical prophecy in the Bible. Okay, because there's no other prophecies and no other religions that these nations can break down and say, like, this represents that and this is what our God said. No, this is what the one true living God said, because he has every nation covered, all humans. Matter of fact, real quick, before I bring up this article, I got to bring up my fave scripture to let it be known that Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi is the one true living God. I think it's 42 and 5, I think. Okay, so just for starters, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 5, and it reads, thus saith God the Lord, Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi, he that created the heavens and stretched them out. So the heavens, which is above us, the heavens, he stretched it out, right? And it says, and stretched them out, it says, he, Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi, that spread forth the earth, which we're in right now, and that which cometh out of it, which is everything that's on the earth. Man, animals, insects, fish, birds, reptiles, snakes, so on and so forth, right? And that which cometh out of it. He, Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi, that giveth breath. Everything on the earth right now needs breath to live, right? He that giveth breath unto the people upon it. So all the people on the earth, not just his chosen people, Israel, but all the people, even the ones that he didn't choose. The ones that he didn't give the law, statutes, and commandments to, the Gentiles, the heathens, whatever you want to call them, the people that's not Israelites. He created them as well and gave breath unto them as well. Okay? And it says, and spirit to them that walk therein. Now, everything has a spirit. So they be talking about, these other nations be talking about all their gods, like, yeah, God of this, God of that, but it's all things that the Lord created. Because they'll say what, Lord, like they'll say like God, the fish God, but the Lord created fish. Or they'll say like the heathens, what them Indians got, what fucking the elephant, whatever the fuck that is. The Lord created elephants. So whatever these heathens, the heathens do, they either created something with their own hands or they made something with their hands that's something that the Lord made, like an animal and whatnot. But that's just one thing. So I'm gonna get to this article. So this is from the Business Insider. And it says the nuclear weapons era is making a comeback, and editors say we're not all paying attention. So let me dive right into it. So it says in 2022, Congress formed the Strategic Posture Commission, a bipartisan team of experts handpicked to advise the U.S. on what to do with its nuclear weapons. It says these are rare. The only time Congress created such a group was in 2000. Was president in 2008, Obama. So we're talking about what, that 16 years ago? And look what's been happening since the last 16 years, since Obama's been in office. Then you had Trump in office because he was president in 2020. No, excuse me, not President Trump. Because Obama's last year was 2016, and then Trump won in 2016 and was president up until 2020. Yeah, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, so it says, but China was a new concern. Western intelligence says Beijing has since 2020. Now 2020, remember 2020 is a prevalent year because why 2020 was the start of that emic thing, C-19. Then a lot of things transpired from that year up until now. And it says, but China was a new concern. Western intelligence says Beijing has since 2020 launched a sudden expansion of its nuclear stockpile, amassing launchers and warheads without explanation. Okay? And it says alarm bells were ringing in Washington. The Cold War was a standoff between two nuclear superpowers, and the U.S. now fears China is on a highway to becoming a third. Now, I believe that who was the other two before? America and Russia. Now aren't Russia, China, America, and all these talks today, with all the things going on in the world, aren't these three connected to these things? Now you have all this nuclear talk. Okay? So it says in its October 2023 final report, the 12-person commission painted the situation as dire. And it says the new global environment is fundamentally different than anything experienced in the past. Even in the darkest days of the Cold War, they said. It said the commissioners recommended that the U.S. consider its first nuclear expansion since the Cold War, including more warheads, delivery systems, defenses, and launchers. So what is that? Prepared war. What proclaim ye this among the Gentiles? And what else? And what else happened in 2008? You had the little recession, economic collapse. 2008, the stock market and all. In 2008, all that what the fuck is it? Bernie Madoff and all that shit. Okay. It says all of this underlines a deeper anxiety among leading experts that the international arena, fixated for decades on a post-9/11 war on terror, is now titillating relentlessly back to an era of nuclear buildup and brinkmanship. And what is this? This is what Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi'S. The Lord is mustering the host of the battle, because now we're coming into a time where the third war will approach it quickly. And now once the third war comes, all the nations are going to get into this war, and that's when Yahawah is going to come back and judge all the heathen round about. Joel, the 3rd chapter. So this is all a buildup leading up to that. So it says a Business Insider asked 10 nuclear scholars, including 4 commissioners and U.S.-China relations experts, on how the U.S. should act. It said they agreed that if global trends do not dramatically reverse, the world is poised to live under the shadow of a nuclear threat again, which is already happening. You already have all these countries getting ready for nuclear war. You already have all these countries beyond Russia, China, and America. You have all these countries getting ready for nuclear war. France, Germany, Amalek, NATO, all the NATO countries said we should all start ready getting our nuclear arsenal together and start increasing. Because why? Because of what's happening in Russia, China, North Korea, the people that's not part of the NATO. You have these countries getting ready for nuclear war, and that's exactly what the scripture said. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. And the prophets of Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahushua have been proclaiming ye this among the Gentiles for years. And the scripture said, what? Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Beat your plowshares and the swords. Let the mighty men draw near. Let them come up. And this is exactly what's happening right now. This is the Lord, like I said, this is the Lord mustering the host of the battle. So it says, reading on, it says, several prominent arms control scholars have criticized the commission's report, fearing an arms race that they feel is unnecessary and will escalate the risk of annihilating humanity. No, that's never going to happen. You're never going to annihilate mankind. The Lord won't have that. But the Lord is going to annihilate America. The Lord is going to destroy this place. Okay? The Lord is going to put you heathens in subject. It's the way the earth is and the way you live your lives is going to change. That's going to be annihilated. But humanity will never be annihilated. The Lord said he created the earth for Israel's sake under Yahawah. And Yahawah hasn't even come back to his earth yet. Okay? So it says, but signs are showing that the U.S. government feels a buildup may have to be considered in a speech on Thursday. Hold up. Okay, so I guess it's tomorrow. So it says, Vipin Narang, the Defense Department senior official overseeing nuclear policy, said that we now find ourselves in nothing short of a new nuclear age. You're damn right. A new nuclear age. Because why? This is going to be the age. This is going to be the age where all the nations go to war, nuclear, that fire, the great day with it, what? That day that shall burn as an oven. And in the midst of all that, second Esdras, the 13th chapter, where the nations are fighting amongst each other, they're going to go and fight against the Lord and his angels. So it's going to be a lot of fire on this earth real soon. And we're all, and right now, this is all building up and leading up to that great day of Yahawashi'S return. So it says it's a looming future that some experts feel is being dismissed in the U.S., especially among younger generations born after the Soviet Union's collapse. Because why? In this era we're in right now, most people walking the earth right now were not around for World War II, the first two World Wars. Just about all those people are old or dead. Most of those people are in their 80s and 90s and above. Okay, so those people are gone and passed away. So now we're coming into a new era, a new nuclear era, World War III. All right. So we're coming into the next World War, but this is going to be the war to end all wars. Okay. So it says all the trend lines are going in the wrong direction. So I think we are moving toward a much more dangerous world than it is today, said James Acton, co-director of the Nuclear Policy Program at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace. Because there is going to be no peace. Yeah, they should sell peace and safety, but then when they say that, sudden destruction shall come. Because this nuclear arms races, these countries getting ready for nuclear war is not going to stop, and it's not going to change. It's only going to get worse and worse and intensify more and more. You're not going to be able to change the channel. You're not going to be able to just brush it off. Like it's not going to happen because it's happening. It's forming right in front of our very eyes. So it says, at the crux of the U.S. concerns is what American leaders call the two-pair problem. It says the U.S. is worried it will need to simultaneously counter two of its equals on the nuclear playing field when it traditionally only had the power to fight one, namely the Soviet Union. But now it said China's about to be a third. And they said China since 2020 have been gaining nuclear arms strength for all these years without explanation. And that's all according to biblical prophecy. That's what the Lord said these nations, what he told these nations, what he said these nations were going to do. Prepare war. Beat your plowshares and the swords. Let the mighty men draw near. Let them come up. And it says Beijing is reported to be rapidly increasing its stockpile to an estimated 500 warheads in 2023, up from 400 in 2022. So now we damn near through 2024. So imagine what China, Beijing, whatnot has been doing in all these other countries, Russia, North Korea, all these other countries have been doing. And America, it seems like America is playing catch up. And you got America. America's giving all their weapons and shit all to the Ukraine and Amalek over there in our holy land, Israel. But continuing on, it says at that rate, China will have 1,550 warheads, putting it on par with U.S. and Russian capabilities by 2035. Now, Lord willing, we don't see 2035 in this age, but you know it is what it is. That's what, almost 10 years from now. But all in all, no matter if 2035, 2025, 20 whatever, it's all gonna be days closer to Yahawashi'S return. And remember, they still have the MOTB they got to bring out, and they playing fat. They playing real fast. Remember, he said the devil know if he have but a short time, so he's gonna come down with that cruel wrath. So that's why time is just flying. The days are just flying. It says that would be the two-pair problem, a three-way tie that experts fear will shatter the past basis for nuclear negotiation. Because ain't gonna be no negotiation. It's gonna be a war. There's gonna be a nuclear war. There's gonna be a World War III, and it's gonna be nuclear, and it's gonna destroy Esau and you nations, and he's gonna put you Esau and you nation in captivity, and it's not gonna destroy the whole earth. Mark Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi'S words. The Lord said the earth abideth forever, and man is going to abide forever. Because why? Israel is going to rule on the earth. Remember, this is second Esdras 6 and 9. This is the end of Esau's world. For Esau, the end of the world. Jacob's the beginning of it that follows. So the next world, the next kingdom, the everlasting kingdom under Yahawah is going to be what nation? The nation of Israel. The true children of Jacob. That's what's about to happen. That's what all this is leading up to. Okay? It says a simple way to understand this dilemma is to look at the numbers. The U.S. and Russia previously agreed to limit arsenals to 1,550 deployed warheads each. It says if China were to reach parity, Washington would want an arsenal matching Moscow and Beijing's combined, or theoretically 3,100 warheads. Russia and China are more likely to think the appropriate equilibrium is for everyone to deploy 1,550 warheads each. However, given their close ties, the U.S. is unlikely to accept such an agreement because why? That puts America not at the advantage. Because now you have Russia, you have China, you have all these BRICS nations, all these other countries. It said what? Let the weak say they are strong. Remember, Soviet Union for a time, they were, remember, they was dismantled. The Soviet Union, Russia, and whatnot. But now what? That spirit is coming back. The Lord is putting them hooks in the jaws. The Lord is building, the Lord is building, the Lord is mustering the host of battle. He's building. Remember, and you got to think about it too. That's Esau's kingdom being divided because Russia are Edomites, America are Edomites. So a kingdom divided, how shall it stand? If you have Russia, you have America, who are both Edomites, that's a kingdom divided because they're not on the same page right now. Okay? So it says, with no common number to reach, the three powers were prone to rushing to gain the upper hand. Acting said. So what now? Now it's all a matter of making your war chest better than the next. That's what this is about. So now everybody poking their chests out. But what? America's going to be on an island soon because Russia, China, North Korea, all these countries, they're building that shit up. You got Iran. You got Iran who said they said they're close to having a nuclear bomb. You got Russia giving Iran a bundle of shit. And it's putting Russia over America. Gog and Magog. But continuing on, it says once this arms race really kicks off, I think it's going to be very, very, very hard to stop it. He added. So he said once this arms race really kicks off, so that means it's already kicked off. So once it gets into hyperdrive, it said what I think it's going to be very, very, very. He says very 3 times hard to stop it. He added. Excuse me. And it said by calculations, only has, now it has only 11 years to find and establish a solution by 2035. That's a short window for nuclear programs, which are generally rolled out over decades, not years. It says decisions need to be made now, wrote the committee. And what does that mean? That's the Lord bringing down the daughter of Babylon, man. You're no longer the big man on campus. There's a new sheriff in town. Remember the Lord said what? He was going to break Esau down, especially the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great. Isaiah the 47th chapter. Sit down in the dust, O daughter of Babylon, there is no throne. For you thought you were going to sit a lady forever. You thought you were going to be puffed up forever. You thought you were going to be the number one done daughters forever. You are not. And now the world sees your weaknesses. You got look at all this fuckery going on in America right now. America is done. It says the recommendations in its report included putting multiple warheads on one intercontinental ballistic missile known as MIRV. It says building more B-21 stealth bombers and basing nuclear weapons in the Indo-Pacific region. It said it also advised the U.S. to look into more tactical nukes, which are lower yield bombs that Russia stockpiles by the thousands. So it sounds like Russia's way ahead of America as far as the nuclear arms race goes. And I'm going to start that again. It says it also advised the U.S. to look into more tactical nukes, which are lower yield bombs that Russia stockpiles by the thousands. The report made no recommendations on numbers. Rose Gottenmoeller, one of the 12 commissioners, emphasized to BI that the report only asked the U.S. to begin planning for an expansion, not to pull the trigger on a buildup now. It says we have the opportunity between now and 2035 to try to get Russia back to the negotiating table and to get China to start talking to us about controlling nuclear weapons. It's like y'all trying to kiss ass because you ain't got it like you used to, America. It said Guatemala, NATO's Deputy Secretary General from 2016 to 2019, and the former U.S. chief negotiator with Russia on nuclear programs. It says Washington and Moscow held nuclear talks for decades during the Cold War and beyond, but China has not engaged in such discussions so far. And it says that's unacceptable to the U.S., but who gives a fuck? China don't care if it's unacceptable to you. You need China more than China needs you. It says that's unacceptable to the U.S. They're not obligated to agree to anything specific, but they are obligated to negotiate in good faith. No, they not. Fuck you. That's what China's saying. Fuck you. Just like you want to keep supporting Amalek, and because remember, China is one of the countries that said they're not for what Amalek is doing to Ishmael over there in Palestine. And now you want to talk about in good faith. Fuck your good faith, America. And it says, and they have and certainly not done that, said Marshall Billingsley, former U.S. Special Presidential Envoy for Arms Control and one of the 12 commissioners. It says, Russia, meanwhile, spent the last 2 years making nuclear threats over the war in Ukraine. To scholars supporting a U.S. nuclear expansion, the situation has deteriorated so drastically that the time to simply hope for negotiations has passed. America must act, they told BI. So it said, America must act. Because all these nations are getting ahead of you, man. They're getting ahead of you on the ball, the nuclear ball. And now you saying, oh, negotiations in good faith. Oh, but they're not obligated, right? Just like you're not obligated to take no demands all this time when you was all high on the hog. Now that you're not all high on the hog no more, and these other nations are getting their get back. Now you want to talk about negotiations. That's why the hypocrisy of America. It says, I think when the United States is strong, our adversaries think, okay, this is dangerous. We don't want to get into a conflict with the United States. Matt Kroenig, a professor at Georgetown University's Government Studies Department, he was also one of the 12 commissioners. When the United States is weak, that's when you see aggression and the violence, he added. And what are we saying right now? Violence and aggression. And that means what? That the United States is weak. And the United States has been weak for a very long time now. It says the Chinese Foreign Ministry and the embassy in Washington did not respond to requests for comments sent by BI. Oh, that's Business Insider. Okay, cool. I'm like, who's BI? But that's Business Insider, duh. It says not all experts are convinced. It says scholars who disagree said the U.S. is looking at the two-pair problem incorrectly. Nuclear weapons are widely understood as the ultimate defense against existential threats like invasion, and these experts say the U.S. can maintain that even if it has fewer nuclear weapons. So what that means, you're saying that the United States has fewer weapons than these other countries like China, Russia, so on and so forth. It says we should focus on keeping our nuclear arsenal survivable, safe, secure, and reliable, said Acton of the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace. We don't need to compete with them numerically. It won't enhance deterrence to do so. And that's pretty much it in that. So like I said, yeah, so this is from the Business Insider. Business Insider. The nuclear weapons era is making a comeback. So now let's get into the scriptures. Well, for one, let's get into go to the favorite. Let's go to the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 12. Verse 9, excuse me. And it says, Joel chapter 3, verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. And that's exactly what's happening. Okay? It says, verse 10, it says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. And that's what these other nations are saying right now. Because right before, America was the one that was strong. But now America's what? Looking weak. And now all these nations are saying that what we could take America. And it's all biblical prophecy, and it's all the truth of Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi'S, because that's how he's bringing the daughter of Babylon down. By these other nations, these other Edomite countries at that. Because you have Russia, that's basically the America on the other side of the world. So this is Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 10. And it says, beat your plowshares and the swords, and that's what the modern day sword is, these nuclear missiles, these rockets. It says, and your pruning hook into spears, because why the spears, they're going to shoot to and fro. They're going to shoot from one side of the earth to another like a spear. But it's not going to be like spear made with man's hands and not thrown with man's hands, but it's going to be spears shot off. What is that? Isaiah the 9th chapter, the 5th verse, I believe, where it said before the wars were fought with noise on foot, so on and so forth. But this time it's going to be shot with fire, bombs. Okay. Verse 11 of Joel chapter 3, and it said, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen. and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. And that's exactly what's happening right now. The Lord is causing all the mighty men to come down to the battle. And it says, verse 12, and it says, let the heathen be wakened and come unto the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Because why? These heathens have it's these heathens fight. This is not Israel's fight. Our fight is going to be when Yahawashai comes back and give us that power. Because the Lord said, what? The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. So in this going, we're just getting our popcorn ready, watching what's going on with these other nations. Because once it's all said and done, when Esau comes for us, what the internet is going to be done. Because you got to remember in Matthew, the 24th chapter, where it talks about the wars and rumors of wars, when you go down verses from that, it talks about when they're going to cast some of us into prison and when they're going to come for us. And it's exactly that order. So as this war intensifies and as all these things happen, that means they're going to start what? They're going to start coming for the prophets of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi. But in that moment, in those very moments, that's when the Lord is going to what? When they go enemy coming like a flood, the Lord is going to lift up a standard against them. And that's what's going to give some brothers even superpowers. Okay? What else did I have? Was that Zechariah 12? Matter of fact, hold up. Oh, shit. You know what? Okay, I know what I'm going to do. Okay. Shit. Word. So this is a book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4, and it reads, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, to pulling down the strongholds. And how have the prophets been pulling down the strongholds non-carnally? With this truth, with these scriptures, with the names of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi. The name of the one true living God, the name that is what? Dreadful among the heathen. That's our power. That's our warfare right now. He said the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. So it's not for us to go up here and be fighting and doing all types of things physically. So like you got a call real quick. But yeah, so he said, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, to the pulling down of strongholds. See that? See that? So we supposed to continue to what? Preach this truth. Preach this truth. Keep calling on the names of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi. Keep praying to the names of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi. Keep cursing in the names of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, this country, these devils, these heathens. Where it says, behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling unto all the people round about, and they shall be in the siege both against Judah and against Jerusalem. That's what they are right now, against us. Starting with the elites of Esau on down. But the Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi got you nations numbers, man. Look what he got you doing. He got you about to destroy each other. Nuclear. He's about to have you all burn each other up. And then he's going to come back down. Yahawashai going to come back down and burn your ass up some more. And then put your ass into captivity. Yeah. Now everything comes back around. Karma's a bitch. And it says in verse 3 of Zechariah chapter 12, and it says, and in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone. Shit is bugging. I don't know what's up with this service. It's going in and out. I don't know what these motherfuckers is doing. It was going fine. But I pretty much brought it everyone. I did want to bring a little bit more, but you know, it seems to be bugging right now. Hold up. Hold up. We keep going. Bye. Damn, I forgot the other scriptures I want to bring out. Damn, what's the other ones? Go. I brought out Zechariah. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to bring out. So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse, I'm going to start at 40. So it says, for I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. So that's thus saith Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi. It says, verse 41, it says, if I whet my glittering sword and So with that, I'm going to give all praise to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawah. Shalom.